Come in and let's sip this tea. Girl, come talk to me. Come on in.
Girl, come on in here and talk to me. Sit on down and relax your body.
Come in and let's sip this tea. Girl, come talk to me. Come on in.
Girl, I'm gonna tell you about the hectic week and how God keeps blessing me.
I'm here for you. I'm here for you. No matter what you're going through, let's chat. I'm here for you. I'm here for you. Girl, you know I'm here for you. Let's chat.
Please take the time to read this disclaimer for it pertains to this YouTube channel. Please be advised that this is solely my commentary, my thoughts, and my opinion. However, I do take the time to fact check. Now, some information does slip through the cracks. If any misinformation is put out by this channel, I will take the time to correct it later. Hey, honey. Hey, it is your girl, Miss Leda, and I am back with yet another video. So, guys, today's video is going to be a continuation to our series in regards to Shanquilla Robinson. And guess what, y'all? One of the Cabo Six was spotted. Let Gerald tell the story, honey.
So I'm about to give y'all some more details, right? Because I didn't put them on the blog page. I didn't put them on the Facebook page. Tell y'all what Elise did today. So y'all know I went live earlier today. I was fooling around in Publix, but I hadn't had this information at that time. I had forgot a couple of items, so I had to go to another store to get what I needed, and I had received a phone call from a very reliable source, who, I've been constantly in contact with as it relates to, other information. And today, Elise was spotted coming out of her job by a reporter. A reporter had asked if she was Elise Hyatt, and Elise said yeah. And then they began to ask her if she could tell them what happened in Mexico, and she took off. She ran, got up out of there. And I don't know if that reporter is going to, release anything. I don't know if he recorded it or if he captured video or whatever, or if he had audio or what have you. I don't know. But journalists has been on them, okay? Of course, that's what a paparazzi is, We're going to follow you, we're going to surveil you, we're going to find you, we're going to be outside your bushes, goddammit, when you come out the house, when it's dealing with a high-profile case, okay? So she was spotted today, coming out of her job. Iora with One Medical out of High Point, North Carolina. And when she was asked if she was Elise Hyatt, she said yes. And when the reporter asked her, could she tell them about what happened, she took off. Call the job tomorrow. We're going to be calling. We're going to be dialing early in the morning. Early will I seek thee, goddammit. We're going to seek it while this number's still on. So at the end of the day, she's still running. You go to jail, you ain't going to have her job, right? You're going to be working in the kitchen as a dorm janitor. I don't know what.
Mr. Jackson had got so excited about getting the information that Elise Hyatt was spotted today that he had misquoted himself by stating that Dejanay, Elise, and Khalil had went to Miss Salamadra's home. This is him correcting himself.
Khalil, it was Dejanay, and it was Winter Donovan. I'm sorry. Let me back up. Sorry about that. It was Khalil Cook, it was Dejanay, and it was Winter Donovan. But if you remember, when the story came out, the mom, Miss Salamandra, said that all of them gave her different stories, and none of the stories was the story that Shanquilla had gotten that someone had assaulted Shanquella. Okay? So technically, she still told this family that Shanquella died from alcohol poisoning. I'm sorry, I was talking too bad. I had to back up. But yes, it was Winter Donovan, Dejanay Jackson, and Khalil Cook. Khalil brought them to Miss Salamandra's house and told he brought them to Miss Salamandra's house and they told them in their face, that this girl died from alcohol poisoning. But they all said she died from alcohol poisoning. Because why didn't no one come out and say it was a fight? I'm sorry for confusing y'all. I'm sorry. Okay? Let's move past that. So, yes, Winter Donovan, Dejanay Jackson, Khalil Cook, they was at Miss Salamandra's house. And from what Miss Salamandra has recently said, they were too busy worried about their damn funeral outfits, what they was going to wear to and did not show up to the funeral. Not one of them showed up to the funeral. And then you have Mr. Wiggins talking about his friend. If Shanquella was your friend, then why weren't you at the funeral? If you so innocent like you say, why weren't you at the funeral? If you are so innocent, if you did not know what was going on, if you walked into a room fully unaware of what was going on, you would, as soon as you got back to Charlotte, you would have called this family and you would have told them, Miss Alamandra, just want to let y'all know, stuff probably about to come out. I don't know what's going on. I was told alcohol poisoning. Woo-de woo-woo. Nobody said anything. You want to speak when your name is put out there. You want to speak when everybody accusing you of murder. Now you want to speak. But why didn't nobody speak when the shit was going on? That's what I don't understand. And again, who remember the exact time they got somewhere? You think I can tell you what time I went to Publix today? Oh man, I went to Publix at 1:36. I got to Cabo at 12. I ain't get to the at 4:27. I was out there at 4:26. I'm by the pool saying, "Quilla, get up." Well, how are you out by the pool saying? If Mr. Gerardo Zuniga is telling the truth and what his sources have told him, then you was messing with a dead corpse. You was fondling with a dead corpse, rubbing the hat playing Summer Walker. Who ask yourself, who really, do y'all remember the exact time you was at the traffic light up the street from your job today? Who give exact times? It just don't seem right. They can report all they want. It just don't seem right. I'm still trying to understand why didn't nobody come back and say anything. We trying to understand. You heard what Miss Salamandra said. They all gave conflicting stories. And all of the stories they gave did not one time mention a fight. And when the reporter saw Elise today and asked about it, she took off. No arrest been made. No one is in custody. No one is in custody. No one in the Cabo Six clique is in custody. And then the thing about it is, I will be running to the press to clear my name. I will be running to the press to clear my name. Because the truth of the matter is,
Okay, so I had to pause it real quick to let you know that I wouldn't do that, but I will tell you why after, at the end, when I give my thoughts and my opinion.
if there's no evidence, I don't care how much the people ridicule you. I don't care how much the people criticize you. I don't care how much the public try to take you down. If there's no evidence, there's no evidence. And if you are innocent like you say you are, then you would have cleared your name. You would have ran to the police. Now, this claim he got there late. He got there late, and you didn't know what was going on, so why you didn't clear your name? To me, it sounds like that either you was there when it happened or you knew what had happened and y'all all agreed to be quiet. Because there's no way that I'm about to be in a room, I'm about to walk into an environment and someone is dead in the clique that I'm friends with or whatever, everybody acting funny. I'm about to be like, what's going on? What happened? You think I'm about to come back and I'm friends with this girl and not tell her mama the truth? Even if I don't go to the police, I'm going to tell the mama, I'm going to tell the dad, I'm going to tell the sister what happened. I just feel like people that don't speak up in situations like this, I feel like you are guilty. You have something to hide. What do you have to hide? I'm not understanding, because who wouldn't want to clear their name? I don't need no goddamn lawyer telling me just wait it out. Hell no, I'm not about to wait nothing out. These motherfuckers popping up at my house, calling my job, driving by my house. No, I'm going to the same platform it was on and released on, and I'm going to clear my name. Okay? So when that reporter saw you today, you should have been like, yes, I have nothing to do with it. I am innocent, and I'm just going to wait till the FBI finish their investigation, and I will be exonerated. And you could have went on about your day. Baby, they say Elise took off. They say Elise took off like a bullet train. I'm talking about they said she took off. But I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if the reporter is going to release anything, or what have you. I don't know. I mean, there's other information that I'm not going to say, because I'm not going to reveal my source. But that's the information that you all, need to know. Of course, if I was able to catch her, of course I would have put it up there. I would have went live like, oh, we out here. Oh, they go on lit, or what have you. But when you in mainstream media, you have to go through getting permission, going through the legal department to see, what legalities you face, what the law allows, and all that stuff. As a blogger, we can post what we want to post. We can put out what we want to put out. You know what I'm saying, or what have you. But that is what happened today. She was spotted at her job. I put up the job, Eora with One Medical, Iora or whatever, primary care. And that's another thing. Like, for real though, you working at a home medical office, and you mean to tell me you didn't try to help this girl? Now, I don't know what's her position at this medical office, but she was caught walking out in uniform today. Hope they got video too. It might come out. You know what I'm saying? He was on FaceTime. Well, from the looks of the phone, it do look like she was on FaceTime. But like I told you, anyone that has an iPhone, when you're on FaceTime, if looking at the other person, your box, little square, little rectangle, little box will be in the corner, however you move it at. If you double click your box, it's only going to blow you up. It's not going to blow the other person up. It's only going to blow you up. So she double clicked hers just to make sure she can record the fight so she can see it instead of recording it while whoever she's on FaceTime with is looking at her and she's looking through that small box. So it looks like she blew it up because it doesn't look like a full screen. You know, when you're recording something on Facebook, on iPhone, you know, whatever, or any phone rather, the screen is going to be big. Like you're going to be able to, whatever you record is going to take up the whole screen. It wasn't taking up the whole screen in this. So everyone that has an iPhone should know that. So if you go down the page, or she was recording, either or. If you go down the page, the NCB page, you'll be able to see the job. Okay? I'm calling their ass first thing in the morning. And I'm going to ask them, well, why do you have a possible murderer or an accomplice to a murder working, taking care of patients, when Shanquella Robinson, according to Zuniga, had been dead 7 a.m. Cabo time? And then when the nurse came in, the nurse found her. The housekeeper found her. I'm just trying to understand. I'm just lost. I'm really honestly lost at how no one came back and said what really happened. If you got into a fight and a person died, then just say that. Mama, her and this girl got into a problem. The girl jumped on her, and Shaquilla didn't get back up. We didn't try to intervene, or you know what I'm saying. But Khalil, he couldn't have said that because they would have looked at you like, "What? You her friend?" I don't understand why y'all encouraging a fight. Why did nobody jump in when she said no? Why would you beat her naked like that? Why would you? I mean, where is the femininity? It just seemed like the women just, oh my God, just what is going on? I'm confused. And let's be clear, we don't know what really happened. We don't know what led up to this. We don't know the motive. You know, people are speculating, but we don't know what really happened. But whatever it is, or whatever it wasn't, what I do know is that everybody that was in that room, or everybody that was there was in that room watching. You want me? I do not believe that everyone was not in that room. I believe everyone was in that room. We just couldn't see everybody. Because if we recorded something and you standing on the side of me, I'm not gonna be able to get you in the camera shot unless I turn the phone, or unless you write up, you know what I'm saying, just, you know, in front of me enough where I can get it. So I mean, we really don't know what happened. And I think the family deserves to know what really happened. I don't think they deserve the theories, the conspiracy theories, and oh my gosh. I mean, they don't deserve that. They deserve to know the truth, what happened. And let me be clear, no one is rushing the FBI. I mean, you know, everybody has questions as to why is it taking so long. You know, and maybe that's because the FBI is investigating. But you also have to understand that people can say what they want to say. This is America. People can say what they want to say. You can't stop nobody from talking. You can't stop nobody from saying nothing. People gonna say what they want to say. You can't interfere with an investigation if you're not directly involved in an investigation. When the police come and ask you questions about an investigation and you don't want to give them answers or you're trying to block the truth or whatever, then at that point you can be charged with obstruction of justice. I mean, people have the right to say what they want to say. They have the right to have their opinion. They have the right to say what their opinion is. They have the right to post businesses, phone numbers. They have the right to do what they want to do. Nothing as far as your address, as far as your phone number, as far as this stuff is public record. Now, you may not live at some of the places, you know, but all of that information is public record. There's nothing that that we are sharing that's not public record. Okay? So, there's really nothing new developing other than Elise was spotted today by a reporter, news reporter. And again, the news reporter asked, you know, her, "Are you Elise Hyatt?" And she said, "Yeah." And then when the reporter asked, "Can you talk to me about what happened in Cabo, Mexico?" She took off. And that's all I got. That's all that happened. No one has been arrested. Everyone is sending me about the stuff with Mr. Zuniga. Again, I don't know who Mr. Zuniga's sources are. I don't know who he's in contact with over in Mexico. I have not spoken to him since we've done our interview. I don't know anything right now as it relates to, you know, any of the information that he's posting. But what I can tell you, and I've been telling you all for a very long time since the start of this, that when an arrest has been made, the family will know first because authorities are representing the estate of their loved one, and they are the executors or the ones that's over the estate of the deceased. So therefore, being that they are representatives and family of the estate, they will be notified first as if they were a victim of another crime and they were still alive. So everyone that's saying that Dejanay Jackson is in custody, Dejanay Jackson is not in custody. They are not in custody. No one is in custody. I know that Wiggins' mom stated that he spoke to the FBI, and let me just let you guys know that is a real message. That was a real correspondence between someone who was trying to get the mama to think that they were her friend, okay? And they were very good at what they did to get her to believe that. But they had already been having prior conversations, and out of the blue, you know, Nazir's mom sent a message out letting the individual know that the previous day they had spoke to the FBI, and he cleared his name. Let's be clear. Just because you speak to someone, or shall I say the video that Nazir did, that was him clearing his name. But that doesn't mean the FBI cleared him. So when the mom said, "Oh, he went to go clear his name," that don't mean he was cleared. She cleared him. Okay. No one who was over in Cabo, Mexico has been cleared of any wrongdoing in the death, or shall I say in the murder of Shanquella Robinson. Nothing else. Again, I misspoke earlier. Winter Donovan, Dejanay Jackson, and Khalil Cook. Khalil got back to Charlotte, took Shanquella's luggage over to the house, Kept coming over every day. His mom would accompany him. Came over, then he decided to bring Winter and Dejanae. And, they told this family that there was no fight, no kind of altercation. But somebody is scared because they released that video. And that video was coming from a person's phone who was in that room. Nothing new as it relates to that. But I just wanted to come on and let y'all know that Elise took off today when a reporter was trying to question her about what happened in Cabo, Mexico. They questioned her and asked her, try to just get a statement from her, and she took off. She took off. Gone. Who said Elise recorded the video? The sources I spoke with said Malik Dyer recorded the video because the video was circulating in Connecticut, in Hartford, Connecticut, before it even got online. It was being circulated amongst people that he knew. Oh, they up there with the reviews? Lord, let me go up here and see what the reviews. Lord have mercy. So yes, there is an arrest warrant. And the thing about me, that's so fishy too. Because I ain't never, if you're gonna issue a warrant for someone, why you don't have their name up there? I mean, I'm not understanding why we can't know who the name of the warrant is. Now, Gerardo Zuniga stated it was Dejanae. I told y'all that when the warrant first came out that I believed it was Dejanae, or what have you, but that's just my belief. That's what I believe. We still don't know that as a fact. Who name is on that warrant? We don't know as a fact. Now, it has been reported that it is for the direct aggressor. Okay? So, I mean, that possibly could be, Dejanae. But there's other ways that you can be a direct aggressor. Somebody is talking because when I first spoke with the sister in the beginning of all of this, she had told me that they had got word that there was a fight over there. So whoever was in that group or whoever was on that FaceTime, if that was a FaceTime call, had been talking to people back over here, or had been talking, or whoever, someone had been talking, because the family had heard of a fight before we even saw a video. All we knew was that they were saying it was alcohol poisoning, but the death certificate and the autopsy was contradicting those reports saying that she died due to a severed spinal cord and a broken neck. Okay, nothing else really happening in this case. I'm always going to update you guys when something is happening. So I'm gonna tell you all what's happening and what's going on in the Shanquella Robinson case when I get information.
Okay, so you want my thoughts and my opinion. Here we go. First thing is, I have stated that I would not speak to the press or social media. Things get scrutinized when dealing with the press and when dealing with social media. If you're going to speak with anyone, the first person you should be speaking to is a lawyer and the police. That is who you should be speaking with. Forgive me, my phone always ringing. But I would not speak to the newspapers or to social media. Now, if you are going to say anything, I would simply state this is an ongoing investigation at this time. I have no comment and keep it moving. It doesn't matter if you innocent or not. These recorded conversations can be used against you at a later date and time. And so you want to be very strategic in what you say and how you say it, because it can be used against you at a later date and time. And if you say the wrong thing, then people will take it as one thing and you actually meant it as something else. So speaking to the media and to the news is something that I would definitely advise against. I simply would not do it. Not do it at all. If you're going to speak to anybody, speak to a lawyer, then speak to the police. Do your due diligence by speaking to a lawyer and asking them their thoughts and opinion. How much would it cost to retain them? And then go from there. But then after they have advised you, then you make the determination if it's time for you to speak to the police. That's the only thing that I can say in that regards. But just like you said, I would have been the first one to be over there talking to Miss Salamandra, to the police. Look, okay, so this is what happened. If you really and truly was her friend. And no, it's not snitching. You trying to ensure justice for your friend. I don't understand why everybody always wants to say, oh, they snitching. Well, call me the biggest snitch there is, because if something happened to one of mine, I'm telling. I'm going to get me some justice pertaining to one of mine. And I would hope that you would do the same pertaining to your child. But to hear that Elise took off running when asked what happened in Mexico, it doesn't surprise me. However, if you're an innocent person, all you have to say is no comment at this time and walk away. That's all you got to do. But to take off running, it's like, baby, you got something to hide. What's really going on? You got something to hide? I'm not grasping. I'm not understanding. But Gerald did ask a number of questions that were great questions. Like, for example, here it is. Y'all made plans to come to the funeral. If y'all did absolutely nothing wrong, like Nazir said, then why weren't you at the funeral? Why didn't you come to the funeral to represent the friend who you lost? I'm not grasping. I'm not understanding. You planned your attire. You know what you wanted to wear to the funeral. But yet you didn't show up to the funeral to say your farewells, your final goodbyes to the person who you called friend. Which furthermore lets you know that something took place and you couldn't take the heat. So you kept your out the kitchen. Okay? But it's, like I say, it's going to be a long process. This is not going to be something that happens overnight. But it is a good thing that these reporters are still following and chasing after the Cabo Six to try and get information. But really and truthfully, I don't feel like any more information will be released until they have been in custody. Like I say, you don't want to tell your case because then everybody could come up with an alibi. They can make up an excuse for why this happened and why that happened because you've given them the meat and potatoes of the story. And so they know how to make it correspond in a way that would be beneficial to them. So at this point, I think the rest of this case is going to be tight-lipped until they actually have them in custody. That's just my train of thought. That's my experience with dealing with the law, that, you don't tell your story. You don't give your case away. You have to be tight-lipped about information. You have to give just enough for people to draw a conclusion in regards to what happened after you gave them the basis of it. And then it goes from there. So if it's something that you're really interested in, you'll follow the case as more information is provided, which is what I'm doing. But that is really all that I can say at this point. I definitely know that it's more stuff that's going to come out. Basically, Nazir Wiggins implicated himself when he stated that when he got to the villa, that Shanquilla was still alive and that he was rubbing her head and playing Summer Walker. Just like Mr. Jackson said, he was saying basically that he was rubbing a corpse. And then what really pisses me off is to learn that Elise works in the medical field. However, she didn't render aid. But Niger, I have no idea what his position is or what he's done, but he made himself look like the hero by saying that he performed CPR and everything else. But Elise didn't. If Niger just simply walked in on a shitstorm, as he said, Elise should have been able to help out in some form or fashion. Because even working in the medical field, whether you doing medical billing and coding, they do teach you some things in regards to helping with rendering aid to keep the person alive during the time frame. But, you know, I don't get it. I don't understand it. This is a very bizarre case, and we will continue to follow it. But until next time, y'all, I'm your girl, Miss Leda, and I'm out. Peace. Wait a minute. That's not how we close this. I am Miss Leda. I'm opinionated. I'm unbothered, and I am unapologetically me. Well, guys, that is the end of this video. And as always, I'd like to thank you for watching. Please take the time to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. As always, until next time, bye, honey, bye.
And let's sip this tea. Girl, come talk to me. Come on in.
Girl, come on in here and talk to me. Sit on down and relax your tired feet.
Come in and let's sip this tea. Girl, come talk to me.